Look at Donald Trump.
Yeah. They
That
gotta wear
dude.
toupees and shit.
He's got to wear a toupee, flapping in the wind. That flapping hair in the wind means that your hair's not strong enough. Your scalp isn't strong enough to hold that hair. It's not. Your hair is not strong.
It's like a feather, you know. That's why they say they feather it.
Yeah. Because even the Latin tribes are a little inferior because of the mixing that we did. You know, DNA wise and the way we were built. So that's a big curse right there. Man, that's a big curse. That's a big curse. To have our melanin be reduced. We still have melanin, but we don't have the pigmentation that we need to be dark brown. And that shows you that the Lord hated Esau from the get-go. He didn't give him any melanin.
Yep.
He didn't give him protection. Oh, damn. So for you people that say, we'll see how it goes. Let's let things play out. We don't know what's gonna happen. The Lord created Esau to be the goddamn devil.
Yeah. That's why the Most High, he lets you know that leprosy is a bad thing because he turned Miriam all white.
Yeah.
And then he scared Moses and turned his hand white, you know? So that the Most High let you know you don't want leprosy. You don't want to be white.
That's a big curse, man. So we're living a big curse. And even if you're a dark skinned brother, you got a bigger curse than that. You got the stereotype curse, man. You ain't gonna get no fucking good ass job. And if you do get a good job, your ass is Uncle Tom. 100%. 100 fucking percent.
Let me get a scripture.
Yeah, get
This Revelation 11:1, and there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and a reed is a measurer, and a rod is a stick. So it says, it was given to me a reed like unto a rod.
Now hold on now. A rod is a stick, right? Got the stick right here. And a reed is a measuring stick. We got the reed right here. Go ahead.
Yep. So this is what we measure with, is the Bible.
Yeah.
And it says, and the angel stood saying, rise and measure the temple of the Most High.
Now that's a very interesting part. The temple of the Most High, what is that? That's his people. That's Israel.
Yep.
So how do we measure Israel? We got to measure them with the measuring stick right here, the Bible. If they mellow out with the Bible, then that measure is good. You know, it fits. This person fits. If they don't, if they buck up and everything, this is not a good fit for you. You got to keep it moving. And this stick also helps us to measure, because a Jake might come up. Oh, man, I'm up here. I'm a Haitian. Oh, you're a Levite. You're you know, your designated spot is a high priest. That helps. That helps. And as far as the confusion of faces, this is why we have this, the Bible. See, everything is done on purpose by Bashem Yahushai. It's a plan, okay? It's planned out. This is like Apostle Sahar says, this is the Most High's movie. We just got hired to do a little walk-on role. A little tiny walk-on role. Because if you compare time to the way Yahweh compares time, 1,000 years for us is one day to the Most High. So we're doing a little intro right now. This is the end of towards the end of the movie. This is where it gets good.
Yep.
This is the part. This is the scene before the scene where we get to say, we told you so. We fucking told you so. And I'm gonna say it right now. We fucking told you so.
Yep, because in a movie, you got a good guy and a bad guy. And in the beginning, it's always the bad guy that's always on top, you know. But at the end, the bad guy gets dealt with by the good guy. And that's Jacob and Esau. That's what's going to happen.
You take a look at the history of the United States, Babylon the Great, Sodom and Egypt, spiritual Egypt. This is what they do. They make themselves look like the good guy. Always make themselves look like the good guy. 1492 came along, and what did he say? Oh, there's savages over there. We gotta teach them Christianity. That's the biggest crime that you're gonna have to answer for. Ooh, that was a fucking deep cut. That one stung, Esau. That one had some stank on it because that's been going on for 500 plus years. See, Esau, you're not very smart. You can't hide history. No matter how hard you try, no matter how many of us you kill, no matter what you do, it's always going to come up. And I said, and let me give you some advice. Don't kill any brother preaching and prophesying, because you know what? You know how Yahweh deals with that? For every one you put down, 2 come up. So don't do it, man. You're already losing. This is the best we can do for you. Because if you go and kill all of us, we're just gonna come back with spiritual powers and fuck you up real good. And if you kill his baby sheep, the ones that are barely coming in, man, that's more than an ass whooping. That's the definition of an ass whooping. You're gonna be an example. See, you don't understand. I mean, you think you understand, but we're at the end of his movie. He's gonna come back and rescue us and redeem us. This is back in Genesis 25 and 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Jacob. Now it's the hero's time. The protagonist is being introduced.
So that when he said pulling on his heel, means pulling him out of power.
That's right. And I use this analogy all the time. In wrestling, if you're getting taken down, somebody shoots a strong ass double and you can't sprawl on him, you grab his heel to take him out of power, to transfer the power. It'll work on everybody and anybody. Once I get that heel, once I get that heel and pull it up, your ass is grass. I'm on top now.
That's the base.
You just took the base out, man. Watch the Olympic wrestling, man. I know they don't use it because that's a beginner's move, but the basic moves are the best. If you're ever getting in a fight and someone's trying to take you down and you're about to go down, reach for his ankle and pull it. You'll see what happens. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you from experience. I've used that move plenty of times.
That'll get you off balance quick.
And then you can flip the script. So we're pulling on Esau's heel right now. He's like, oh man, those motherfuckers are out there telling the truth. It's your turn to go down, bro. And I say it as a term of endearment. Your turn to go down, bro. Because you've been fucking us up for 500 plus years. Go ahead.
This is Revelation 11:1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of the Most High, and the altar, and them that worship therein. Okay? And it says, But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. So there's another temple, but that temple is for the Gentiles, and the Most High saying, don't worry about that temple, because the Most High, He don't care about Gentiles. Okay, and a Gentile is an Israelite who don't know he's an Israelite.
Man, that's you motherfuckers in those Christian churches. That's perfect, man. Don't worry about those people.
Yeah.
You see right there? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is the ultimate racist. Even within the race of Israel, he has a preferred race, a sub-race. I can understand that. You want to know why? Because I raise roosters. I know which ones I love more than the other ones. I know why I prefer them more, because they're better athletes. They're easier to handle. They produce more eggs. Their qualities are just better than the other roosters. That's just it.
So it's a good thing for the Israelites. You know, it's good news for the Israelites, but it's bad news for the heathens.
And it's only good news for the elect of Israel, not all of Israel.
Yep. Because the rest of Israel, they're going to have to die here in the nuclear fire.
Yeah. Because we just read in Hebrews 5 and 12, what son that Yahweh doesn't acknowledge does not catch hell. So even Israel is going to catch a little hell at the end to make up for all their wickedness and sins, and he's going to love them too, but not like us. Man, I'm telling you, man. Feel bad for you ex-brothers that fell out of the truth, man. You're not patient. You're not built for this. Damn, you're not built for this. See, Yahweh made us. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai made us to live our life and have those failures, those constant failures and negative consequences until the point where we came into the truth. And once we came into the truth, things started to change. We started reaching for Esau's heel.
Yeah, we started knowing the devil's devices. You know, the ones that he uses.
Man, he uses everything, man. Everything that you're looking at, that's one of his devices.
We started seeing all the stumbling blocks that were in front of us.
Fucking them up. Because that's how you get messed up. Those other doctrines.
Those stumbling blocks that they'll mess you up. Just like when you're running track, you try to jump a hurdle. If you don't jump that hurdle, you're gonna mess yourself up.
If you don't jump it high enough, you're gonna get caught.
Yeah. Just like the stumbling block. If you can't see it, it's gonna mess you up.
And just like you have to jump over that hurdle, you have to prepare that jump. You can't just give a half-assed jump. First of all, you have to build up speed, and then you have to take the proper steps and jump.
You gotta train.
So what am I trying to say? You can't just pick up the Bible and say, "Oh, I'm gonna go out there and preach." If you're inexperienced, wait a year, at least. You got to study the scriptures, man. Not only do you have to study the scriptures, you have to learn to control your emotions. How many brothers have we personally seen on videos get out of control and hit an old lady? Plenty of times, man. And I'm not getting on those brothers because it's already happened. But you have to have experience. When you first come into the truth, man, you're wilding out. You're like, fuck this, fuck that. Esau's the devil. You're cussing out the devil every time you see him. You're telling Jake this and that. And then there's negative consequences for that. You got to be seasoned. Right?
It's back in Revelation 11 and 1, 11 and 2. But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. So so like I said, the Most High, He don't care about you Gentiles, because this is Jeremiah 4 and 7. It says, the lion is come up from his thicket. And the lion, that's representing Yahushua, the Son of the Most High. And it says that he's come up from his thicket, meaning coming up from his place. And it says, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. So we know that Yahushua, the Son of the Most High, everyone knows that he's on his way. But it says he's going to destroy the Gentiles. So if you're calling yourself a Gentile, you're going to be destroyed.
And we know some niggas calling themselves Gentiles right now. Motherfuckers. You guys are dumb. You Christians are stupid, man. But hey, you were built for that. You were built for that. If you were in one of these churches praying this white Jesus, having convulsions on the fucking floor, breakdancing in the middle of the aisle, what the hell's wrong with you, man? You don't study?
That's stupid. That's not real worship. That's worshiping demons.
Yes, exactly right, man. That's a good point, because if you, and they call it blind faith. That's what you call it. You call it blind faith. And basically, what you calling that for is because you don't want to study. You don't want to fucking study.
They don't really tell you what the definition of words is in the Bible.
And that's the most important thing.
And they know that the people in church, they're not going to ask. They're not going to come up to the pastor and ask him, what does that mean? What does that word mean? And the pastor is not going to go into it. He's not going to sit down with you right there for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, as much
however long it takes.
Yep. He's got things to do. He's got a family.
He's got shit to do. But we take our time, and if you got questions, we ask those questions.
Yeah, we'll take our time. If anybody comes up right now and asks us questions, we'll stay here as long as we need to edify them.
And we see the same damn people walking by all the time. Eventually they're gonna. We had conversations with a lot of people. We ask them questions. They give us answers. Some people have good questions. Some people have dumb questions. Some people act like demons. Some people just don't want to hear it.
There's all sorts of spirits out here.
Man, that's why you need to have self-control. Because nothing but spirits come up here. And if you don't have no self-control, your ass is gonna get got. And that's a hard lesson to learn. Self-control is a hard lesson.
Because a lot of people go off their emotions, like you said. But we don't go off of emotions. We go off of the Bible. What the Bible says. We don't go off what we think, our own opinions.
And you know what Peter said about that? You guys, well, let me get that in 1 Peter.
So the Bible changed our minds, the way we think, and the way we act.
The way we see things.
Mm-hmm. Everything.
All right, this is 1 Peter 1 and 20. No. 2 Peter 1 and 20. 2 Peter 1 and 20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
See? So that tells you, even though man wrote this Bible, it wasn't his own interpretation. He got his writings from the Most High.
You got the prophecy from the Most High,
Yeah.
and not any man could have done it. It had to be an Israelite man.
Because this whole Bible, you ain't gonna find no errors in it.
None. You ain't gonna find no contradictions. If you do find a contradiction, guess what? It's not a contradiction in the Holy Scriptures. It's a contradiction in your understanding, in your feeble understanding. Because the Bible, when the brother just read the previous couple of scriptures, when he said that Yahweh will destroy the Gentiles, okay, well, in the Philippines, there's a brother in the Philippines. He's looking like a Gentile. So that's going to be destroyed because he looks like one, but he's not. He's one of us. There's people in parts of Africa, what's it called, Mari or something, you know, speaking in clicks and clacks, looking like damn Hamites, but they're us.
This is back in Jeremiah 4:7. The lion is come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. He is gone forth from his place to make thy land desolate. And his place, that's in the spiritual realm. And he's on his way. He's going to make this land desolate. And thy city shall be laid waste without an inhabitant.
Nobody's going to be left. And there's going to be some of you left, but we're going to take you for breeding purposes and hardcore slavery. We're going to put you to work too. But what happens when you plant a garden? Let's say you wanted to plant some cucumbers, some herbs, you know, get your little greens on, and you go out and you start digging and you hit a rock. You have to go around looking for more rocks. You know how hard that is? That's what the Israelites have been doing this whole time. We've been removing our stumbling blocks one at a time just to find more stumbling blocks. But that's why Yahweh has got to destroy these cities, so we can start all over again.
So just like when we were talking about the temple of the Most High, you know, he refers to his people as stones, because they're the ones that are building up his temple.
Lively stones.
Spiritual, because this is 1 Peter 2:4. It says, you are coming to Mashiach, who is the living cornerstone of the Most High's temple. He was rejected by people, but he was chosen by the Most High for great honor. That says, and you are living stones that the Most High is building into his spiritual temple.
Right there tells you it's not a building. Yet another scripture that you're ignoring. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk to the Most High. How the hell you talk to the Most High every day drinking a cup of coffee in English?
Because it says the Most High don't dwell in temples made with hands. So how the Most High's temple is being built is by the Most High's children, the elect, mainly the elect, who are going out into the highways and the byways and teaching His truth. Those are the stones that are building up the Most High's temple. Because it says, and you are.
Yeah, when you look for that, because stones are important. There's precious stones. There's building stones. Well, let me show you one piece of stone. See, this is sodalite. These stones are sodalite. They have a purpose. They're supposed to take away the negative thoughts and bad things that are gonna come out of my mouth, and it helps me say the right thing. And then I'm wearing a black obsidian. Keeps the negative energies away. So, and Yahushua was the most precious stone. The most precious stone.
He's a cornerstone. So just like you need that cornerstone for it to hold in place. So
that's basically the foundation. Yahushua is the foundation.
Yeah.
The most important part of building his temple. And that is sad, because when you read the English Bible and you go and read Revelation 1 and 14 and 15, and you can't see that Yahushua is a dark-skinned man, you just ignore it. That's sad. And that's racism right there. So what the hell are you talking about? The Lord is a separatist, and you white devils are separates. You don't give everybody else a decent opportunity.
It says 1 Peter 2 and 5, ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house, an holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifices. And that's the only ones who are out in the highways and the byways who are giving up spiritual sacrifices are the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans.
Because this is what we're doing. When you come out to preach and prophesy on these street corners, we know how far we are from each other's homes. If somebody decided to roll up on us and shoot us up, who the hell would know? That's a real sacrifice. You think going to work and putting in 40 hours is a sacrifice? That's not a sacrifice. This is a sacrifice. Not just because we could be doing other things on a Friday night or Saturday morning, but because we know the Bible told us to prepare for this. He said, if they had loved me, they would love you. But you know that the Bible says that the world, and we just read it in the scripture, the cornerstone that was rejected. So we're gonna get rejected. We get rejected by everybody else. We tell them, oh, this is the truth of the Bible, and then they reject it. They reject us because we're telling you the message. And on that day, the Lord's going to reject you.
Because it says, ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house, an holy priesthood, and the brothers that are out in the highways and the byways, they trying to hold down the priesthood because they're the ones following the law, statutes, and commandments. And you don't see, white people or Chinese people out in the highways and the byways trying to keep the commandments.
Yeah, you definitely don't see no damn white people. They're the biggest homosexuals on the planet. Alexander the Greek was spreading that homosexuality all over the Indo-European fucking platform, spreading that shit like wildfire.
So just like this place is called spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, it's going to be destroyed.
Man. And then you white people are definitely not no Israelites. You're definitely Edomites because you ordained the first homosexual clergyman, active homosexual. And the dude who did that was William R. Ryder. But you would never know that, you Christians, because you don't study. You don't sacrifice your time. You waste it.
These freaking Edomites are bugged out because I was looking at there was a show about a transgender who they got a sex change, but now they regret it. And now they went from doing a sex change, going from a boy to a girl, and now back to a boy. I'm like, what the hell?
That's fucking.
That shit's fucking off.
That's wicked.
Yeah.
And that person's gonna be traumatized for life.
Yep.
They ain't gonna be no regular person.
They chopped off their thing and they're like, oh shit, what did I do? You know?
Well, what they really did, you know what they did? They said the Most High is wrong. I should have been this. How the hell you can? How? That's like if I made a fucking a cup, and the cup looked at me and said, "Man, don't you know I wanted to be a plate?" And I would tell the cup, "I don't need no fucking plate. I need a goddamn cup." You guys are fucking stupid, man. Fucking stupid.
It's crazy.
That's just fucking funny. And then Bruce Jenner, or whatever the fuck he wants to call himself, I don't even know. You guys worship that motherfucker. That's abomination right there. Go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians 4:9. It says, "For I think that the Most High has set forth us the apostles last, and it were appointed to death, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels and to men."
To everybody, man. I was just thinking about this earlier too. I was thinking in my little cubicle at work. Man, the whole universe is waiting for us to wake the fuck up. The whole universe, the angels, everybody's waiting for you to wake up. You know how happy the angels and the whole universe was when we came into the truth? When you came into the truth? They were like, fuck yeah, that's the best part of the show. Clapping and shit. We don't get to see that show. But that was the best part for them. Go ahead.
It says, "For I think that the Most High has set forth us the apostles last, as they were appointed to death." So